With a chance of death to the dictator, a protester tears down a poster of Iran's supreme leader.
A young girl was murdered because of the compulsory hijab. We couldn't take it anymore. It was like a fire hidden under the ashes.
And like a wildfire, the protest spread to every corner of Iran. Their rage was met with violent repression. In the small town of Isfahan, the fear, the chaos captured in this shaky cell phone video also captured this: security forces opening fire at protesters. A scene so hard to watch as the crowd rushed to help a woman screaming in pain after she was shot in the eye.
That moment when I got shot was the bitterest moment of my life.
That woman is 32-year-old Ilahe Tavakkolian. She was at the protest with her 10-year-old twins.
My children were just shouting, "They killed our mom, help." When this person started shooting, we saw him. He was 30 or 40 meters away. I saw him aiming at us. I turned sideways to shield my children, and I was shot. I could see only blood. I covered my eye with my hand. I felt like if I take my hand off, it might fall out of its socket.
Ilahe is not alone. Activists say Iranian security forces were using metal pellets and rubber bullets deliberately and systematically shooting the eyes and blinding more than 500 protesters, according to rights groups. Many have shared their photos online, but the regimes called them liars, spreading propaganda. Ilahe lay in hospital in this agonizing pain for hours. Doctors reluctant to help her as security forces were hunting down the injured and those who aided them. After a surgery to treat her wound, Ilahe stayed at home in a dark room for more than 3 weeks.
I could hear them from my room chanting slogans. Something was pulling me outside to speak, to shout, to demand my rights. I felt like my fight wasn't over yet.
But she also wanted to save her eye. With the help of an Italian journalist, Ilahe made it to Italy, where she's undergone more surgeries. It was too late. Doctors discovered that the pellets still lodged behind her eye had moved and were forced to remove the eye. She was fitted with a prosthetic, but life has never been harder for Ilahe. She still lives with the physical pain, the trauma, alone in a foreign country, now relying on donations and friends to survive. And hardest of all, not knowing if she will ever see her children again.
I never regretted this, and I never will. If I return to Iran, I will do it again. So many say this revolution is over, but it is not over. All across the country, women are now going out without hijab because they are no longer afraid of them. This is our method of civil resistance.
The regime may have crushed the protests, but the resilience of Ilahe, like so many others, remains unshakable.
No matter how many times they cut the flowers, they cannot stop the spring from coming. They shot my eye and they shot others, but the struggle is going on. No matter how many they kill, they cannot stop the spring from coming. They cannot keep freedom from returning to us.
Giovanna Caracci, CNN, Milan, Italy.